is it?
Like, I'm your wife there.
So what be going on?
Respectfully,
Cause I got a tag one day where you was going off on the internet.
I be doing I be doing she like respectfully.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna like the hands off of you. I be seeing you doing your shit, like
Okay.
you on your TV. That ass forward.
Oh my gosh, you will not believe what Nicki Minaj's little sister Ming Li has done now. This girl is absolutely wild, and honestly I am completely and utterly shook to my core. The audacity, the drama, the pure chaos of it all has me clutching my pearls. Mingle has gone and gotten herself a sugar daddy, and wait for it, tattooed his name on her face. Yes, you read that correctly, on her face. I mean, can you even imagine doing something so permanent for someone you probably just met? I am literally speechless. Nicki wasn't exaggerating one single bit when she called her little sister an untalented clout chaser. Trust me on this one, folks. Ever since Ming turned legal, she has been doing the absolute most, and honey, the internet is already completely sick of her never-ending antics. The girl is getting desperate for attention, and it's honestly becoming painful to watch at this point. First, she tried to get Nicki dragged through the mud by pushing this whole narrative that Nicki wasn't taking care of her financially or emotionally, as if one of the biggest stars in the world has time to babysit a grown woman. Then she started making music, and I use that term extremely loosely, because what came out can barely be classified as such, which literally no one cared about or wanted to hear. And just when you thought it couldn't possibly get any more desperate, she somehow managed to get in touch with Natalie Nunn a few days ago, to add her to the cast of Baddies, which Natalie actually did for reasons I cannot begin to comprehend. And now she's out here throwing major shade at Cardi B, and dating a man who is twice her age. The girl is collecting red flags like they're going out of style, according to the streets and those who are in the know. Nicki was ready to invest millions of dollars in Ming if she would just drop all this street life nonsense she's caught up in and actually go to school like a normal person with some sense in her head. But no, Ming flat out refused such a golden opportunity that thousands would kill for, and decided to be a social media clown instead. Imagine having one of the most successful female rappers of all time as your sister, willing to fund your education and set you up for life, and you choose this. I cannot wrap my head around it. This whole mess started just a few days ago, when Ming posted this absolutely ridiculous video of her tattooing her man's name on her face for Valentine's Day. Not a small tattoo behind the ear, not a tiny symbol on her wrist that could be covered with makeup if needed. No, she went full in face tattoo like she's trying to audition for a prison documentary. And guess what? The man in question was Card's ex-boyfriend Tommy. Yes, the same Tommy who used to date Cardi B. The levels of messiness here are astronomical. When she posted the video, she captioned it, "Happy Valentine's Day, twin. Ma, a win is a win, and you know we always going to be okay. I love you." First of all, what does ma, a win is a win even mean? Is she trying to say she won by getting Cardi's ex? Because that's not a win, honey. That's just messy and reeks of desperation. Second, tattoo artists have standards and ethics. Who in their right mind agreed to put a man's name on a teenager's face? I need answers. Apart from the video being irritating enough to make people's blood boil and their skin crawl, Tommy is 34 years old while she is just 19. That's a whole 15-year age gap. She hasn't even fully developed as an adult yet, and she's out here making permanent decisions for a man who was already driving when she was still in diapers. The math is not mathing. Prior to her posting this video, there were already rumors swirling around about them dating, because a while back she posted him on her story for his birthday and captioned it, "Tommy, happy birthday, my love, and getting the jacket back." Though getting the jacket back, girl, you should be focused on getting your high school diploma, not some man's jacket. Let me tell you, people on social media were not having it with this PDF file relationship. They wasted absolutely no time letting her know she was embarrassing herself, her family, and possibly the entire rap industry by association. One person said, "I'm sure Nicki don't approve of this nonsense. She shouldn't even be attached to Nicki's name," and they are absolutely right. Nicki has worked too hard to build her empire to have it tainted by this foolishness. Another person straight up said, "This shouldn't even be a post. We care about this." Dumb as if. Nicki, I do not blame you. Now I see she doing anything to get noticed, and she said, "Don't use my damn name when internet strangers are more concerned about your family legacy than you are. That's when you know you've gone too far." The comment section was a complete bloodbath, with people coming for Ming from every angle possible. Some were concerned, some were amused, but most were just utterly disgusted by her choices. Another crazy thing that people haven't forgotten, back when Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki were going at it, and Nearly everyone in the industry was taking Megan's side. Ming was asked whose side she was on in the beef. You would think she would immediately mention Nicki, since they're literally sisters. Blood is supposed to be thicker than water, right? But no, she actually took Megan's side over her own flesh and blood. The betrayal is simply unbelievable. She claimed she was no longer interested in being known as Nicki's little sister, and that she was now focused on working on her own music career and not getting herself mixed up in all the drama. The absolute audacity and hypocrisy is mind-blowing. Mind you, she's now on Baddies fighting grown women half-naked on camera, pulling hair, throwing drinks and causing scenes left and right. But she wants us to believe the reason why she picked Meg's side is because she didn't like the drama. Girl, please, that excuse is thinner than dollar store toilet paper. I don't know what's worse, betraying your sister publicly or lying about why you did it with such a transparently fake excuse. Either way, it speaks volumes about her character and explains why Nicki might be keeping her distance. Family loyalty clearly means nothing to Ming, who seems perfectly happy to throw anyone under the bus if it means getting 5 more minutes of attention. Yep, you heard that right. Just 2 weeks ago, she ran into Natalie Nunn and the Zoo CEO Lemel Plummer and literally begged them to give her a role on Baddies. She wasn't subtle about it either. Witnesses say she was practically on her knees pleading for a spot on the show. Lemuel was visibly hesitant, and for good reason. The man knows trouble when he sees it, but Natalie was all for it and even asked her if she wanted to be on the regular Baddies or Baddies Gone Wild. She said they were about to film some episodes for Baddies Gone Wild in just 2 days, and Ming wasted no time in accepting the offer. I bet she didn't even read the contract before signing it. That's how desperate she was to get on TV. You trying to be on B's going music? You be you, she be, so why would be going on? Cause I got a tag one day where you was going off on the music.
I be on my haters and my butt. Respectfully, like, I'm not gonna lie, I think a real bitch
So you feel like you should be on Baddies or Baddies Gone Wild? Which one?
No, you should be on Baddies.
She ready.
You trying to go to Brazil in 2 days?
Yeah, we leaving. We about to film Baddies Gone Wild in 2 days in Brazil. Ready to go? I wanna go. I'm telling you, I know. Let me. They be tagging me with her all the time. It's like her sister, and she be popping her.
Might affect her already strained relationship with her superstar sister. Just 2 days after this chance meeting with Natalie and Lemieux, she was already on the set of Baddies, acting up and getting her tail hooped by those grown women. I cannot make this up. The footage that leaked online shows Ming in the middle of heated arguments, trying to act tough, but clearly out of her depth among women who have been in the reality TV game much longer. When it comes to Nicki, she has been paying Ming dust for a while now, and these shenanigans Ming is getting herself mixed up in are only going to make Nicki stay away even further. Why would someone of Nicki's caliber want to associate with this level of messiness? It would be career suicide. In fact, just a few months ago, a lot of people were dragging Nicki for apparently abandoning Ming, even though she has more than enough money to take care of her. But now those same people are seeing exactly why Nicki might have chosen to distance herself, and Ming actually fueled these rumors when she appeared on the We in Miami podcast and spilled all the tea about her relationship with Nicki. She didn't hold back one bit, airing all their family business for the world to hear. Ming said right from when she was a kid all she wanted to do was things that made Nicki proud, but for some reason she never felt like she was living up to Nicki's standards. Well, getting face tattoos for random men certainly isn't going to help with that, is it? She also said people used to clown her a lot in school because she was still living in the projects. Meanwhile, her sister is literally one of the richest celebrities and highest-selling rappers in the world. The implication that Nicki was leaving her to struggle while living lavishly rubbed many people the wrong way, including Nicki herself. According to Ming, she and Nicki are actually close, but she also admitted to not being very close because they fight a lot, which makes absolutely no sense. You can't have it both ways, Ming. Either you're close or you're not. And when it comes to Nicki allegedly not helping her financially, she said she really isn't expecting any help in the first place. Again, trying to play both sides, painting Nicki as neglectful while also trying to seem independent. What was life like for me growing up? It was kind of hard, and I used to be a lot for it because people used to say, like, oh, if this person was your sister, why did she do this for you? Why did she do that for you? And it's like at a young age, it's like you don't know how to answer questions like those. I never needed her to help me get to my goal. I just needed her to see that I can do it, and she can be proud of me without having to think that I needed to have an easy way to get to the top. Is that important to you? To feel that sense of independence, to do it yourself? It really is important to me. I used to have this urge of just trying to like impress my sister. I'm not going to lie.
Like for me growing up,
It was kind of hard, and I used to be
a lot for it, because people used to say like, oh, if this person was your sister, why did she do this for you? Why did she do that for you? And it's like, at a young age, it's like, you don't know how to answer questions like those. I never needed her to help me get to my goal. I just needed her to see that I can do it, and she can be proud of me without having to think that I needed to have an easy way to get to the top.
Is that important to you, to feel that sense of independence to do it yourself?
It really is important to me. I used to have this urge of just trying to like impress my sister. I'm not gonna lie, I always had this urge to impress her, because anybody else I wouldn't give a about.
So what's your current relationship with Nicki?
We was never close. She was like always like busy. She be busy and stuff like that. I be doing my shit too. Like, even though people do think that like we are not cool, we're gonna argue. I'm not gonna lie, we getting mad at me. But this is nothing new. Like, siblings gonna fight.
What you be doing, man?
I was gonna say, why?
Listen, bro.
Why do you think?
Listen,
Why
bro.
you be making her mad?
Ming is just Ming, bro. Respectfully, I'm not even gonna lie. I be getting everyone tight, bro.
People were saying that y'all look just alike. Do you think you guys look like twins?
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, wait.
Do the face. Let me see you.
so.
Let me see you do a face. Let me see you do the face.
There you go.
And so for the people that don't know, you and Nicki Minaj are half sisters through your father, correct?
Yeah, through my father, exactly. We have the same dad. She was a good sister. Like, she did check up on me, my dad, from time to time. Like, she always made sure that we was, like, you know, at least good situated in a way. Like, it doesn't matter if she was distant or not. She was still, like, you know, being there. She was still making sure that we was all good. Like, I don't have no hate towards her. And if people think that I do, that's y'all problem.
Ming and untalented artist the fans were living for this takedown, with the chat going crazy, and people sending gifts left and right to show their support for Nicki's position. Why would a person speak on a person they love? Why would a person speak openly about a private person? Why would a person do that? Who would? Who would you speak about in your interviews if someone wanted to interview you yourself, right? And it's always a bad sign if I'm a person who's not even in your line of work is doing interviews with people in your line of work. Like, I think y'all think talent like you could catch it like a coal, or maybe people could pass it through the genes, even with blood relation. What God has given to me is mine. You have to go and get your own. You have to discover whatever it is. That you're great at being a mooch and a clown don't run in my DNA. Ming heard all of this brutal critique from her own sister.
When a person speak on a person they love, why would a person speak openly about a private person? Why would a person do that? Who would you speak about in your interviews if someone wanted to interview you? Yourself, right? It's always a bad sign if a person who's not even in your line of work is doing interviews with people in your line of work. Like, I think y'all think talent like you could catch it like a coal, or maybe people could pass it through the genes. Even with blood relation, what God has given to me is mine. You have to go and get your own. You have to discover whatever it is that you're great at. Being a mooch and a clown don't run in my DNA.
Face tattoo rather than Nicki's sister, which might have been her goal all along. The relationship with Tommy seems to be continuing, with the couple frequently appearing on each other's social media accounts. Many commenters have pointed out the power imbalance in their relationship, with Tommy having significantly more life experience and presumably financial stability than the teenage Ming. Some have even questioned whether he's with her simply because of her connection to Nicki, despite the sisters' strained relationship. As for her appearance on Baddies, the episodes featuring Ming have yet to air, but insiders who were present during filming have described her behavior as embarrassing, attention-seeking, and clearly trying too hard. Apparently she got into multiple physical altercations with other cast members, some of whom have been in the reality TV game for years and know exactly how to make newcomers look foolish on camera. Nicki, meanwhile, has continued to focus on her music and her family. She recently released new tracks that some fans speculate contain subtle references to her sister's behavior, though nothing explicit enough to reignite the public feud. Sources close to Nicki say she's disappointed and hurt by Ming's choices, but has accepted that she can't control her sister's actions and is focusing on protecting her own peace and reputation instead. Industry Insiders have weighed in as well, with many suggesting that Ming's antics could potentially harm her chances of ever being taken seriously in the music industry. "It's one thing to be controversial, it's another to be desperate," said one anonymous producer. The face tattoo alone would make most legitimate labels hesitate to sign her regardless of who her sister is. Despite all the drama, some fans are holding out hope for a reconciliation between the sisters. Family is family after all, and many celebrity feuds have been resolved after cooling off periods. However, for that to happen, Ming would likely need to show genuine growth and maturity, something that seems unlikely given her recent trajectory. There have been rumors that mutual family members are trying to broker peace between Nicki and Ming, especially with holidays approaching. Whether these efforts will bear fruit remains to be seen, but it would certainly make for a heartwarming end to what has been a messy and public family dispute. In the meantime, Ming continues to ride the wave of notoriety that her face tattoo and Baddies appearance have brought her. She's gained thousands of followers across her social media platforms, though engagement analytics suggest many are simply there for the train wreck factor rather than genuine support. Several brands have reportedly reached out with collaboration offers, though mainly companies known for capitalizing on controversial figures rather than established reputable brands. So, as y'all can see, Nicki has very little control over what does or doesn't do with her life. Despite what some critics have suggested, Ming is an adult making her own choices, even if those choices seem questionable to most observers. Ming clearly wants to be on the internet, being annoying and loud, creating controversy whenever possible to maintain public interest in her activities. Nicki isn't feeling that approach to fame, and according to well-connected sources in the industry, she has cut Ming off until Ming decides to get her life together and pursue success through talent and hard work rather than shock value and association. The situation raises interesting questions about celebrity siblings and the shadow they often live in. Is Ming's behavior simply her way of establishing an identity separate from her famous sister? Or is it a desperate attempt to leverage that connection for quick fame without putting in the years of hard work that Nicki did? Is Nicki being too harsh on her younger sister, or is she rightfully protecting her brand from being associated with Ming's antics? What we do know for certain is that this family drama has captivated social media, with people taking sides and offering opinion. Despite having only a fraction of the real story, the court of public opinion can be brutal, and both sisters have faced their share of criticism.